Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? I hope you would be okay. Today we will start chapter number 3. It's about biodiversity. It's my first lecture. Let's start. Biodiversity is derived from two words, bio meaning life and diversity meaning variety within species and among species. Biodiversity is a measure of variety of organisms present in different ecosystems. So biodiversity is the variation of organisms. Whenever we say organism, we mean animals and plants. So biodiversity indicates the variety of organisms in our surroundings, in our ecosystem. Let's see the factors which affect biodiversity. First is climate. You know that climate of different areas is different. So depending upon climate, the type of plants and animals would live there. Some climates are hot, some are cold. So depending upon the climate, organisms like animals and plants, they would live there. Second point is altitude. Altitude means height. As we go to the mountainous areas, height increases, and due to increase in height, we see a different type of vegetation, and this vegetation is quite different from the vegetation on the plains. So depending upon the altitude or height, variation in vegetation occurs, and similarly a variety of animals would also develop, or it would also change. So altitude is another factor which affect biodiversity. Then third is soil. You know that different soils are there on earth. For example, we have sandy soil, clay soil, and the soil which has humus, and the quantity of humus is more or less in some areas. So depending upon the type of soil, the organisms live there, and the type of vegetation is obviously different. Some plants like to grow in sandy soil, some like to grow in clay, and some in humus. So depending upon the type of soil, the vegetation changes, and similarly the animals which take food from those plants would change. The fourth point is presence of other species. You know that in ecosystem, different organisms interact with each other, and they interact with the environment also. So when in the species interact with each other, interaction means they depend upon each other for the necessities of life. For example, they depend on each other for their food. So the presence of species in a specific area is also a factor which affect biodiversity. Let's see the importance of biodiversity now. Biodiversity provides a variety of food to us. We get our food from different plants and animals. Second, a variety of drugs are extracted from different biological sources. You know that different medicines are obtained from plants and animals also. Third, a wide range of industrial materials are derived from plants. For example, building materials, fiber, dyes, resins, gums, adhesives, rubber, and oil, etc. Next, biodiversity maintains ecosystem. You know that ecosystem develops due to the interaction of organisms, including animals and plants and microorganisms also. And interaction also exists between living and non-living world. Means organisms interact with the environmental factors also. So biodiversity maintains ecosystem, and it regulates the chemistry of our environment also. Biodiversity maintain environment. Composition of air is maintained due to the presence of plants and animals also. Similarly, in aquatic life, we see the importance of plants and animals. They interact with each other. They depend upon each other for oxygen and carbon dioxide and food, etc. So, the chemistry of environment is maintained due to the presence of plants and animals also. Then it recycles materials in the environment. We have studied different cycles. For example, you have studied water cycle in the previous or junior classes, and you will study nitrogen cycle, carbon dioxide cycle in biology in the next chapters, and you will see that all these materials, they are being recycled by all different types of organisms which are living around us. They include animals and plants. Then another importance is biodiversity provides fertile soil. So these are the animals and plants which make the soil fertile. When plants get materials or they get nutrients from the soil, when they become dead, they again become part of the soil. In this way they make the soil fertile. And we know that different animals, small animals, insects, they live in the soil. Earth form lives in the soil. It makes the soil soft. It makes the soil fertile. So biodiversity provide us fertile soils for the better growth of crops. Next is the classification. First of all, we will see the definition of classification. Biological classification is a method by which a biologist divides organisms into groups and subgroups to study their characteristics easily. And you know that over 1.5 million types of animals are there on the earth, and 0.5 million types of plants are there. So there is a huge amount of life on earth. So it is very difficult for a biologist to study all of them one by one. So it's better if they are grouped together, if they are divided into different groups, so that their characteristics could easily be learned and studied, right? So classification of organism was realized and done by biologists. Let's see the aims of classification now. There are two main aims. First is to determine the similarities and differences among organisms so that they can be studied easily. And second, to find the evolutionary relationship among organisms. Evolutionary relationship means the organisms which have the same ancestors. For example, if we see sparrows, we can say that sparrows are more related to pigeons than to insects. They are more similar to pigeons and they are not more similar to insects. Why? Because pigeons and sparrows, they do have the same ancestor in the past, whereas insects, they are altogether different groups. So in order to find out evolutionary relationships among organisms, we classify organisms. Okay, then the branch of biology which deals with the classification of organisms into groups and subgroups is called taxonomy, and the branch of biology which deals with the classification and also trace the evolutionary history of organisms is called systematics. So the aim of classification is to study taxonomy and systematics of organisms. Now comes the basis of classification. Classification is based upon different things. Number one, relationship among organisms, and such relationship is got through similarities in characteristics. Then evolutionary history or ancestors. This is the second point. And third, similarities in external and internal structures. And fourth, stages of development. And fifth, genetics. So these are the 5 factors, these are the 5 things upon which we classify organisms. The organisms which have the same characteristics, external, internal, they have same ancestors or evolutionary lines, they can be grouped together. Similarly, if we consider same stages of development, we can group them together. And so these are the points on the basis of which classification is done by biologists. Home task now. First question, define biodiversity. On what factors does it depend? Second, what is the importance of diversity in our life? Third, what are the aims and basis of classification? I hope you have understood the topics. You just go through all these topics in your book, and then you would be able to do all these questions. Do them in your copies and then send this work to me. I will return it after checking. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.